Get ready. Right now, your body is already giving you signals that most people can't even pick up on. And there's nothing you can do to make it stop. It feels like your body shouldn't be feeling this way, but it is. As the eclipse and the new moon get nearer, your whole system is trapped in a cosmic push and pull that you can't see. Most people won't even notice. They'll just dismiss it. But if you're one of the chosen ones, you can't ignore it. Because when the sun and moon align, your body turns into the very place where this energy clash happens. And the weirdest thing is, the eclipse isn't even at its strongest point yet. But something even stranger is on its way, something people don't warn you about. This eclipse isn't just something happening up in the sky. It's like a ceremony taking place inside of you. When the sun, the new moon, and our planet line up, the chosen don't just see it, they live through it. Your body isn't letting you down. It's being put through a test, challenged, and remolded like a piece of steel in a hot fire. Every single sign you feel is evidence that you're crossing a boundary that very few people will even see. And if you're one of these special people, it's so important that you know what these signs are. During an eclipse, it's not just your thoughts that feel the strain. Your very blood gets caught up in a quiet struggle. Some of you might be feeling it already. A sudden lightheadedness that comes from nowhere. An unexpected chill that runs over your skin, or maybe even waves of heat that rush through you. It feels confusing because it's meant to be. It's as if the very life energy inside you is being tugged in two different ways, stuck between the darkness and the light. Your blood flow responds to this universal pull. Your heart might start racing for no reason. You could feel a tingling in your arms and legs, like something is flowing through them. And then you have those sudden bursts of adrenaline that make you feel like you're getting ready for a fight you can't even see. This isn't just some energy in the sky. It's an energy that is physically pressing on the river of life that flows within you. Of course, this really only applies to temporary signs that aren't harmful. If you feel something is seriously wrong, you should always trust your gut and get it looked at by a professional. When your blood can't make up its mind to race ahead or slow down, that's your body's way of reminding you that there's something much bigger going on. This eclipse isn't just scratching the surface. It's testing the very flow of life inside your veins. Here's a really weird one that most people don't bring up. One of your eyes starts watering, but you have no idea why. It isn't allergies, and you're not feeling sad. It's just one side of your body reacting while the other side is completely fine. And that's a perfect reflection of the eclipse itself. One half of the sun is covered by a shadow, while the other half continues to shine right through. When this happens to you, it can feel really strange, almost like your body is living in two different realities at the same time. One eye is crying for what's being let go, while the other is looking forward to what's coming. It's the body's way of showing you that you're stuck between two different worlds. For those who are chosen, something as tiny as a single watering eye has a deeper meaning. It's the eclipse communicating through you, showing you just how split this moment really is. It's the light battling the dark, with the balance shifting in that very instant. In the time just before the eclipse, don't be shocked if everything around you starts to feel charged with electricity. You might reach for a doorknob and get a little zap. Or you touch your pet, and they flinch. You might brush past a friend and feel that same little, undeniable sting. On the surface, it just seems like normal static electricity. But the timing is too perfect to be a coincidence. Your body is holding on to more of an electrical charge than it normally does, as if you've turned into a human storm cloud. This isn't just because the air is dry or because of the clothes you have on. It's a sign that your body is operating on a higher energetic level, one that sometimes can't be fully contained. Every little shock you feel is your body's own frequency releasing itself into the world. They're like little sparks that show you're not just soaking up the eclipse's tension, you're actually sending it back out. Some of you will notice these shocks happening way more than usual, and they won't always be in moments you'd expect. That's because your nervous system, your heart, and even your skin are all behaving like circuits for this energy. It's like your body has plugged itself into the cosmic power line that's running through the eclipse. And what makes it even crazier is this. While it seems totally random, these little sparks often appear when your emotions are at their highest. A big laugh, a deep sigh, or a sudden powerful thought. The eclipse is sensing your body up to its beat, and every one of those static zaps is proof that this beat is electric. This is your body getting in tune with an environment that's more charged up, more alive, and more unpredictable than usual. Let's talk about hiccups. They seem totally harmless, maybe a little goofy, and completely normal. But during this eclipse, some of you are going to notice them popping up out of the blue. Not after you've had a soda, not after you ate too fast, but during quiet, unexpected moments. This is happening because your diaphragm, the muscle that controls every single breath you take, is responding to an unseen pressure that's weighing down on the planet. As the moon passes in front of the sun, your body jumps, almost as if your own lungs are surprised by the sudden shadow. You can think of these hiccups as little bursts of eclipse energy. It's your body's way of skipping a beat so it can get used to something way bigger than itself. Each hiccup is like a small echo of that universal pause and let go, where the universe itself seems to hold its breath for a second before exhaling. Most people will just ignore this, but the chosen ones will notice. Your body isn't doing things randomly. Your body is a messenger. A hiccup during this time isn't just a twitching muscle. It's your diaphragm sensing up with a cosmic beat, a ripple that begins in the heavens and ends right in your chest. And what's so interesting is how this sign is so often missed. Nobody talks about hiccups when they discuss eclipses, but there it is. Your body jolting in time with the shadow. Even the smallest spasms can be proof that the cosmos is working inside of you. So if you find yourself hiccuping for no apparent reason, don't just dismiss it. It's the most common sign of the most uncommon event. Your body's breathing mechanism jumping in perfect time with the eclipse itself. It's often the small things that go completely unnoticed. And during this eclipse, one of the biggest clues might come directly from your nose. Out of nowhere, you might sneeze once, twice, or maybe 3 times in a row. Or you could feel your nose getting stuffy, only for it to clear up just as fast. A runny nose might show up and then disappear as if it had no reason to be there in the first place. At first, you might just blame it on the weather, allergies, or a bit of dust in the air. But the timing makes you think twice. It doesn't seem random at all. Your nose is your body's most ancient sensor. It can smell things that your eyes can't see. What's going on here is more than just biology. The eclipse doesn't just change the light in the sky. It also shifts the pressure in the air. And your nose is designed to pick up on that. It's like an antenna sensing these very subtle frequencies. Your sinuses, which are very sensitive and quick to react, become the first point of contact between your body and the invisible changes happening in the atmosphere around you. Sneezing, for instance, can feel like a way to release pressure. It's your body's method of pushing out a sudden heaviness that it can't quite figure out. That temporary stuffiness is almost like your system is protecting itself from the pressure, closing itself off for a moment, and then opening back up once the change has passed. Every sneeze is your body recognizing the eclipse, a reflex that says, I can feel that shadow. And here's where it gets even more interesting. Many chosen ones will find that these nose-related symptoms come in quick bursts, sometimes at the exact moment they start thinking about the eclipse. It's as if your awareness and your physical feelings are meeting in the middle, like your body is confirming what your intuition already knows. The air feels weightier, thicker, and full of energy, and your nose is the first to respond because it knows what's happening before your brain can even process it. Think about how animals start sniffing the air before a big storm or an earthquake. They don't analyze it. They just sense it. Our human bodies have that same ability, but it's often buried under the noise of our busy lives. During the eclipse, that ability pushes its way through. Your sneezing, your brief stuffiness, even that weird tickle in your sinuses, it's all your nose reminding you that your body is still a living sensor for things we cannot see. So if you find yourself reaching for a tissue, don't just write it off as a coincidence. This is your body's eclipse radar, a primal signal that's telling you something incredible is happening, and I can feel it in the very air I breathe. Right now, your skin is more than just skin. It's a living instrument that's perfectly tuned to this eclipse. All of a sudden, the world isn't just touching you, it's leaving its mark on you. You'll start to notice it in small, peculiar ways. A sudden wave of goosebumps on your arms, even though the room is warm. An unexplainable blush that spreads across your chest and then disappears. Or an itch that feels more like a deliberate message than just a simple irritation. These are not your typical allergic reactions or changes in body temperature. They are your skin responding first, because your skin is your body's outer defense and its most immediate antenna. The skin recalls the sun in a way that your eyes can't. Think of your skin as a barrier that normally keeps the outside world out. During an eclipse, this barrier becomes thinner. Clothes that never bothered you might suddenly feel scratchy. A simple hand on your shoulder might feel like it carries an electric charge. Even water on your skin might trigger a memory. Some chosen ones have reported feeling hypersensitive, where even the softest touch feels incredibly intense, like someone cranked up the volume on their sense of feeling. Others feel sudden hot spots, like tiny little suns moving just under the surface, followed by cool patches, as if the shadow of the eclipse itself is passing over them. This isn't just about discomfort on the surface. These tiny sensations travel inward. A nagging itch might turn into a ripple that moves down your arm or leg. A flash of heat in your face might transform into a tension behind your eyes. The skin sends the first signal, and the rest of the body replies. When you scratch an itch, the feeling doesn't just go away. It echoes, as if whatever came in through your skin is still there, trying to decide if it will stay. When the veil between worlds gets thin, the skin is the first to speak, and the entire body listens. Pay close attention to where these feelings happen. Is it focused around your throat, your chest, the back of your hands? These spots are important because your skin is creating a map of where the eclipse's pressure is affecting your system. Being in a crowd can make it even more intense. Being around a lot of people can feel like 1,000 tiny electrical currents brushing against you, each one leaving a feeling behind. Even normal objects, a metal handrail, a glass of water, a piece of jewelry, can set off different reactions depending on how charged up your surroundings are. There's also a sense of being vulnerable in this sensitivity. Your skin might feel raw or tender in places it never has before, like your body is asking you to be gentle with it while it recalibrates. Some people might experience a sudden sensitivity to sunlight itself. It's a paradox, but after an event that literally darkens the sun, direct light might feel sharp or uncomfortable for a little while. Others will notice that smells and textures are suddenly more intense, because when the skin opens up, all the other senses get sharper too. It's not just that you are feeling more. It's that you are being felt by something much larger. This is not a reason to be afraid. It's a sign that the wall between you and the outside world is more permeable than usual, and that the eclipse is working its way through the most immediate layer of your being. Look for the patterns. Does your skin react when you think about the eclipse? When you're in certain rooms? When someone gets close to you? These patterns are clues, a map showing how the eclipse is moving through your personal space. Finally, try to understand the strange kindness in all of this. Your skin's sensitivity is just as much about protecting you as it is about challenging you. It warns you. It tells you when you need to take a step back, take a breath, or change what's touching you. In other words, your skin is doing the complex job of translating a huge celestial event into a human language you can actually do something about. Pay attention, because when your body speaks to you through your skin, it's trying to show you just how deeply this eclipse is going to affect you. When the eclipse is over and the sun starts to reappear, you might expect to feel a sense of relief. But for a lot of people, that's the moment their body starts to talk even louder. It's as if the eclipse doesn't really end when the sky goes back to normal. Instead, it echoes inside you like an aftershock, insisting that the real journey is only just beginning. People talk about feeling a thirst that they can't seem to quench, aches in body parts they never even paid attention to before, or a heaviness in their chest and limbs that wasn't there during the actual event. These aren't just random aches and pains. They are your body reenacting the eclipse in its own private theater. The moon doesn't just get in the way of the sun. It also holds up a mirror to the weaknesses you've been hiding. Think about it like this. During the eclipse, your entire system goes into a kind of survival mode. Your energy gets reorganized, your circulation changes, and your nerves fire in a different way. But once that cosmic alignment is over, your body has to start processing everything it just experienced. This is why some of the chosen ones feel their symptoms get even stronger at night, long after the eclipse has passed. It's not that the event is still going on. It's that the shadow has now settled inside of you, and your body has to figure out what to let go of and what to hold on to. The thirst can feel all-consuming, as if your body is desperate to get back something it lost. A dull ache might start to spread across your lower back or down your legs, reminding you that the eclipse pushed tension deep into the foundation of your being. Some people describe a weird pulsing feeling, not a heartbeat, but a steady rhythm in their muscles, like a drum beating just beneath the skin. And then there's the heaviness. Lying down can feel like gravity has suddenly become 3 times stronger, as if the earth itself is trying to pull you down, pressing you into its core. This is the mirror effect. The eclipse doesn't just test you while it's happening. It also shows you which parts of you are the weakest, the most unprepared, or the most ready for a big change. And the moon makes these echoes even louder after the darkness is gone, showing you exactly where you've been carrying hidden burdens all this time, the things you push aside during the day. The eclipse will bring back to you in the night. There's also a psychological mirror at play here. After the sun comes back, your dreams might become more vivid, your emotions might feel more intense, and memories you thought were long gone might surface with shocking clarity. This isn't because the eclipse is still happening. It's because your system is processing it as both a trauma and a blessing at the very same time. The body remembers the shadow, and by remembering, it pushes you to confront the things you normally try to ignore. These nighttime echoes can feel disturbing, but they aren't punishments. They are reflections. They are your body's way of saying, this is where you're vulnerable. This is where you're strong. And this is where a change needs to be made. The mirror effect might be uncomfortable, but it is also very precise. It doesn't show you everything at once. It shows you exactly what you need to pay attention to. So when your symptoms get stronger after the eclipse, understand this. The event isn't finished with you just because the sky is cleared. The shadow stays, and it will keep replaying itself until you finally understand the message that's written in your thirst, your aches, and your heaviness. In those moments, the eclipse is no longer happening above you. It's happening inside of you. One of the absolute clearest signs that the eclipse is affecting your system is that sudden wave of exhaustion that can hit you completely out of the blue. It doesn't care if it's the middle of the afternoon, if you got plenty of sleep last night, or if you were feeling totally fine just a second ago. This kind of fatigue descends on you like a heavy curtain dropping, shutting everything down instantly. This isn't you being lazy. It's not just about needing a nap. It's your body reflecting the dimming of the sun, almost like it's practicing for what happens when the light of the cosmos itself fades away. Your body doesn't just observe the eclipse, it acts it out. Just think about it for a second. The sun is our life force, that constant fire that keeps not only our planet, but our very cells running. When the moon covers it, even just a little bit, your body feels that break in the energy. Chosen ones are especially sensitive to these kinds of changes. So while other people might just dismiss that heavy feeling as being randomly tired, you can feel it for what it is, a forced shutdown. Your body is mirroring what's happening in the sky. As the sun gets dimmer, so does your own energy. Some people describe it as a blackout. One minute you're busy, moving around, making plans, having a conversation. The next minute, you feel like your body weighs a ton, as if your muscles have all decided to stop working together. Your eyes might burn, your mind gets foggy, and the only thing that seems to make any sense is to just shut down completely. It might not always lead to you actually falling asleep, but it feels like your body is demanding stillness, pushing you into a quiet space that lines up perfectly with the cosmic shadow passing overhead. This is not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of alignment. This blackout fatigue is your system getting in sync with the eclipse, running its own kind of rehearsal for the darkness. It's like your body is saying, if the sun is going to disappear for a moment, then I will dim my own light. I will also pause. I will also surrender. This tiredness can last for a few minutes or a few hours, but it almost always shows up without any warning. And when it does, it can feel like time itself has slowed down. The most simple chore can suddenly feel like an impossible task. Some chosen ones even say that during this fatigue, they lose all track of time, as if their body has temporarily stepped out of the normal flow of the day. And that is exactly what an eclipse represents, a disruption in the normal rhythm of light and darkness, time and energy. There's also a powerful symbol here. Just as the sun is temporarily covered but not actually gone, your own strength is hidden but not lost. The blackout isn't a sign that something has been taken from you. It's proof that something is being reset. The shadow doesn't get rid of the light. It teaches you how to get by without it. So when that sudden fatigue falls over you like a heavy blanket, don't mistake it for being weak or for failing. It's your body echoing the heavens, dimming its own light to honor the cosmic blackout. And when you emerge from it, you will come out renewed, carrying the memory of what it feels like to walk through the darkness and come out on the other side, glowing. If your body has been acting weird, if the world feels just a little bit off-center, and if your own cells are sending you signals you can't quite understand, then listen very carefully. This is not a system failure. These symptoms you're feeling are not just random pain or a sign of weakness. They are the proof that you are in alignment. They are the evidence that your system is sensitive enough to pick up on things that most people will never even notice. While others go about their day, blind to the subtle movements in the sky, your body is writing the story of the eclipse right into your own skin and bones. Symptoms are not a punishment. They are your body's way of responding to the cosmos. Just think about it for a moment. The moon glides over the sun, and your blood flow changes. Your skin tingles. Your breathing catches. Your hunger changes. But you don't panic. You feel it. You notice it. You acknowledge it. That very act of noticing is what sets the chosen apart from those who are comfortable. The chosen are the ones whose internal sensors have been tuned so finely that they can register these shifts in pressure. The aches, the hiccups, that single tearing eye, the static zaps. Every single one is a signal that you are wired in a different way. The world is putting out a certain frequency and you are sensitive enough to receive it. This sensitivity isn't an accident, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. It is part of a long heritage of awareness. Many people who feel things deeply during eclipses are carrying ancestral patterns of being watchful, the ones who could feel a storm coming before it arrived, who knew when it was time to move, who could sense the subtle shifts in the weather, the crops, or the mood of their community. Today, your nervous system is just continuing that job. It's translating the eclipse into a language you can feel, raw, physical, and impossible to deny. Being chosen isn't some fancy title. It's a truth that you feel in your bones. Because of that, your symptoms are like a rite of passage. They test you, not to try and break you, but to awaken parts of yourself that only come alive when the lights go down. When your body hiccups in time with the shadow, when your skin becomes a living map of the eclipse, when your blood can't decide whether to race or be still, those moments are gateways. They are chances for you to practice staying present right in the middle of chaos, to observe your inner weather without getting swept away by it. This is what initiation feels like in our modern world. It's small, it's intense, and it's strangely personal. And it's meaningful in a very practical way. This sensitivity allows you to pick up on shifts in the collective mood, on the subtle ways people and events line up, on opportunities that show up for a moment and then disappear. You will often be the first person to notice changes in your relationships, in the dynamics at work, or even in the feeling of a room. That can feel like a lot to handle, but it is also a source of power. If you can learn to read your symptoms without being afraid, you gain a kind of early warning system that other people just don't have. Feeling is the most basic form of knowing. Let's be very clear. Being sensitive does not mean you have to be fragile. Your body's reactions might be intense, yes, but they are also your tools. When you start to see these aches and strange feelings as signals instead of flaws, you stop reacting to them with shame and you start learning from them instead. You begin to keep a mental catalog of what certain symptoms mean just for you. What a sudden chill in your chest might mean, which twitch in your jaw signals that an emotional release is coming, what strange craving for food points to a need to feel more grounded. Over time, these signals become a map, a language that you can speak fluently while others only hear noise. Finally, there's a hidden comfort in all of this. You are not going through this alone. Chosen ones all over the planet will be feeling similar versions of what you are experiencing. That shared sensitivity creates an invisible community, a network of people who carry the same marks of initiation, who understand the eclipse not just as a cool thing to see in the sky, but as a physical rite of passage. This is how a community is built, in the shared recognition that our bodies are all telling the same story. You feel it because you are a part of the story that the sky is writing. So when these symptoms show up, wear them like a badge of honor. They prove that you are tuned in, initiated, and moving in step with rhythms that most people will never feel. They deserve your respect, not your fear, and they give you access to the raw language of the universe, written on your skin, in your blood, and on your breath. Eventually, you reach a breaking point, a moment when your body just can't handle the tension of being pulled between the shadow and the light anymore. Right up until the moment of the eclipse, you might feel your system fighting back. Your shoulders are tight, your nerves are buzzing, your stomach is unsettled, a body that seems to be at war with itself for no good reason. The pressure builds up quietly, like a dam about to burst. But then, when the eclipse locks into position, when the shadow completely meets the sun, something finally lets go. The body releases. Your body holds on until the heavens command it to let go. This release can happen in many different ways, and it doesn't always feel gentle. For some people, it's a sudden wave of complete exhaustion, as if every single muscle in their body just gives up at the same time. For others, it's tears that come from nowhere, a flood of emotion that might move through just one eye or both, as if the body was saving up that feeling for this exact moment. Some might feel a deep ache suddenly disappear, or a headache vanish the second the moon crosses over the sun. Others might feel a surge of heat rush over their skin, or an electric shiver that comes and goes in a flash. It is the body's way of syncing up with the eclipse, of showing that it is not separate from this huge event, but a part of it. Think about how the Earth itself acts during an eclipse. Animals go quiet, the wind stops, and a thick silence falls over everything. Nature itself seems to pause, as if it's waiting for something sacred to happen. Your body does the exact same thing. It resists and resists and resists, and then it releases everything all at once. That is why many of the symptoms leading up to this eclipse have already started for you. The chosen feel them days or hours beforehand, because their systems are getting ready for that perfect alignment. Every strange hiccup, every little static shock, every rush of fatigue is a rehearsal for that one final moment when the eclipse demands that you surrender. This release is not a sign of weakness. It's your body's way of getting into the cosmic rhythm. This is why you've been feeling it all early. Your body isn't broken. It's just practicing. The dizziness, the sudden chills, the restless nights, the bursts of energy that come and go, they are all signs that your system is tuning itself, preparing for the moment that cosmic note is struck. When the eclipse finally happens, it's like the final chord of a song is played, and your body finally drops the weight it has been carrying. That drop isn't a failure, it's an alignment. And when it happens, don't be surprised if you feel lighter, clearer, and almost completely empty. The eclipse burns away whatever was blocking your energy. Not in a gentle way, but in a very decisive one. Chosen ones might notice that once the shadow passes, a strange sense of peace settles in, the kind of peace you can't force or pretend to have. It's the silence you feel after a loud thunderclap, the deep breath you take after crying, the clarity that comes after a period of confusion. That is the gift that's hidden inside all the discomfort. You struggle before the eclipse so that you can shine after it. So trust the symptoms, trust the resistance, and trust the release. Your body is not turning against you. It's aligning itself with the oldest rhythm the sky has ever known. And when the eclipse is over, you will not be the same person. You will be lighter, sharper, and more in tune. The discomfort is only for a little while, but the transformation will last. This is why the chosen go through it. And this is why it will be worth every single moment. If you've stuck around this long, I just want to say thank you for listening. If you like this and want to see more stuff like it, please think about hitting that subscribe button. Your support means a lot. Also, feel free to share any experiences or thoughts you have in the comments down below. Until the next video, take care of yourselves, and don't forget to subscribe for more content like this.